Hey everybody, I have a real quick one for you today. This is an '04 Honda Accord, and the air conditioner was low on refrigerant. So we brought it in and we filled it up with refrigerant, but when we were done, the high side and the low side were extremely low. Here's the high side port, here's the low side port. So being old school like I am, I grabbed the high side line. This high side line should be hot. It should be, over 100 degrees. And then this is the return out of the evaporator. It should be like 40 degrees, 30 to 40 degrees. Well, this was like 30 or 40 degrees, and both pressures were extremely low. So then I followed the line on down here. I'm like, hey, the condenser is restricted. So we got a condenser and a receiver dryer, and I'm going to show you what has happened on this. Here is the condenser, and this is the dryer. There's a bolt that holds the dryer in from underneath. So let me pull the dryer out. I've already taken the bolt out, and if you look inside there, those balls are the desiccant. The desiccant bag inside the receiver dryer has ruptured and the balls have come out, and they're actually stuck down in the condenser. I'm trying not to blind you with my light, but they're down in there, and that is where the restriction is. And the one lucky thing about this is those balls are now stuck in this end of the condenser. They're not going to be able to make it through the tubes over to the other side where the refrigerant comes. The refrigerant comes in on this side, flows through, then goes up and then flows out through this side. I do believe there's like a cutoff here. So this condenser's bad, and as you notice by looking, there's no balls there and there's no balls in here. So like I said, all the desiccant balls are trapped inside this end here. So we're going to put a condenser in it, and if you look in the lines, it's kind of hard to see. The lines are here and down here, and I took a mirror and looked in them, and there's no dirt. They're clean. It's got fresh dye in it. Somebody must have put dye in it before. They might have worked on this one before I got my hands on it. So there's a real quick one for you, that this one here had a restriction because the desiccant bag ruptured, causing the high side line here that's supposed to have 150 to 250 psi depending on the temperature, only had like 80, and it was really, really cool to the touch. I'm talking, actually it was really cool to touch, because the restriction in the condenser was acting like an orifice tube, and it was releasing its cold here instead of in the dash where the expansion valve is. All right, so there's a really quick one. Hey, if you like my videos, hey, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you later. All right, everybody, here's some bonus footage for you. So I got the new condenser in, the new receiver dryer in, no leaks. It's about 72 degrees here today and a little bit humid. I charged it up. The low side now is cold and frosty and has liquid on it. The high side line's nice and hot. I already disconnected the gauges, but it was running about 175 on the high side and about 25 on the low side. And so then I put my magic thermometer inside. This really doesn't read it very well. Let me see if I can get it close enough so you all can see. It's reading about 39, 40 degrees, maybe 38 degrees at the angle you're looking at. So luckily it's blowing like 38 degrees. Like I said, that desiccant never made it out of the condenser to clog up the rest of the system. This one's good to go. All I got to do is put the grill work back in. I didn't want to put the grill work back in until I made sure that everything was working. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for watching.